Head coach Antonio Pierce joins us. Coach, let's get into the Jaguars. And Doug Peterson was a good quarterback, really good play caller, a Super Bowl champ. Tell us about him.
I mean, really good. I mean, obviously, he's gone through the ranks as a player, assistant coach, coordinator, done it all. Been underneath some great head coaches. Andy Reid played for some great coaches. And you can see it, a testament to his team. I mean, each and every week, they're still battling, just like us, right? Records are very similar and dealing with the same situations, just trying to find a way to win.
Trevor Lawrence went down, and we're familiar with Mac Jones. What do you see with him on film? He played pretty good last week in their loss, good pocket passer, and he can make every throw on the field.
Yo, listen, he's first-round drafted, right, pick. He's played a lot, played in New England. They brought him here. Obviously, he's taking a back seat to Trevor's, and every time he's got an opportunity, he's put him in position to win games. They were up for majority of that game last week against the Jets. I mean, obviously, big-time arm, can make the throws, doesn't get rattled, has a little moxie to him, ability to, move around and scramble. So we got to be keyed on certain things that he does and certain tendencies that we can take advantage of as well.
Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby. Bigsby's having a big year. So I got to give them credit. They nailed it. A lot of teams want to have two backs. You have it here when healthy. They have it. And the big guys inside, and then Etienne can make plays on the outside and catch the ball.
Explosive running game. Both backs. I mean, inside, outside. I mean, you give them a crease, and, I mean, obviously they turn on the Jets really quick. So we got to do a good job of really, limiting those running lanes, creating space, playing knockback, playing with extension, getting off blocks, because it's going to take more than one guy to make these tackles. And both running backs really complement each other really well. And like you hit on, in the passing game, very dynamic. They can do a lot of stuff. You got to treat them as a specialty. Just like what we saw last week with Bijan Robinson. I mean, one of those guys that you got to really have all eyes on when he's in open field.
Brian Thomas Jr. is having a big year, just like Brock. Their numbers look almost identical. And then their tight end had 11 receptions. That's the first time a duo has done that in close to 2 years, a tight end and a wide receiver. They'll probably want to go back to that again. What do you see with them two?
No, those are two guys that, obviously we got circled downstairs in our defensive staff room and with the players that we have to take away. First-round talent in Thomas, you can see big, strong, physical, vertical guy. A lot of yak there. Right? It's going to take guys to get him down. Our DB's going to have to do a good job of wrapping up when he does make some catches. Strange now, quietly kept. You just watch him film, it just keeps popping up now.
Yeah.
Really good tight end, good football player, both in the run game, passing game, great matchups there. So we got to bang, move him around a little bit, get him off of his track, and make it difficult for the quarterback to get to those passing lanes.
Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker. So when they didn't need a quarterback, they got a pass rusher because they had Trevor Lawrence. They seem to be similar to what you're doing here in Las Vegas when Max is healthy, Kuntz. Get those edge rushers right and let them be great for years to come and keep them together. What do the Jags look like on tape up front?
Yeah, it's scary when you look at those two outside linebackers, 44 and 41. You want to do everything you can to keep the ball away from them, but obviously tremendous talent, play hard, length, the ability to rush the passer, disruptor, game changers for us. So we got to get chips, everything we can, slide the line, identifying, and then also they drop in coverage. So they do a good job of moving these guys around. So we call them Waldos, figure out where 44 and 41 are at all times.
Let's talk about your young defensive line. Now with Max out, I want to get to Max as we wrap it up, but what are you seeing with their preparation, their film study? They're coming into the building every day. You're moving around a lot of pieces, and they're popping on game day.
Yeah. It's really a credit to our staff, but then also our veteran players, Max, Crosby, and Christian Wilkins, because they set the standard of what the play is of the Raiders, the Raider way, right? How we practice, how we operate, how we study, how we go about our business. Just the routines they go out there pre-practice, getting their bodies ready and getting their minds right, hands, feet, eyes, before practice starts. And now, given the opportunity, these young guys are really stepping up. Carter, Jonah, Tyree Wilson. I mean, these are guys, some of these guys wasn't even on our roster in training camp.
Yeah.
Right? Think about that.
It's nuts, yeah.
And I looked at the D-line today, I'm like, damn, what happened to my group? They're all gone. But these young guys are taking advantage of the opportunity, and I think we found some really diamonds in the rough there, and they just keep making plays. And again, it's not the most splashiest plays, but when you watch the body of work, they're the reasons why we're in those games like last week against the Falcons where we're fighting to the very end, and they're making the plays and they're making most of their opportunities. Again, it's credit to the coaches, them buying in, and more importantly, these young guys taking advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm really happy you're sharing that with us because the fans don't know about the veterans who are hurt and where they're like.
They're building every day.
Right. And when the young players are sponges and they're looking up to these great players, and you can see the growth as you put on the tape.
Listen, it was nothing great. Obviously, we didn't have Max on the sideline. He's going through what he's going through. But Christian Wilkins is on the sideline, and it's like, wasn't playing. Wish we had 94 out there in pads, but hearing him coach, hearing him encourage his players in the building every day. He's been on IR since, week 5?
Yeah. It's been a while.
But he's been in the building every day. That's the culture. That's the standard here now with them guys, Malcolm Kuntz, Crosby, Marcus Epps being around. Gardner's in the building. He was in after the game in the locker room. So it's just good. Most times guys go to IR, what they do? They disappear.
Right.
That's not the culture. That's not the way of life here. And it's really a testament to our staff, our players, the team of totally buying in. Win, lose, or draw, that it takes all of us.
We'd like to get Robert Spillane in the Pro Bowl. I think he's done enough.
What are you talking about? It's 2 years in a row now.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl caliber.
That's why we got to talk about
I got to cut you off on this one.
Yep.
He's one of the best linebackers in football.
Great.
When we signed him, the biggest knock was pass coverage. All he's done is intercept the ball.
Yeah.
Make plays in the passing game. Been a leader, been one of the more instrumental players of why our defense has been consistent with all the injuries, all the stuff going on. He's a tentacle to Patrick Graham out there on the field, all the checks, so much we put on his plate. Not only he's doing that, getting the other 10 guys right and ready, but damn, he's handling his business too. And that was a huge play in the third quarter, right? Hopefully he got a swing. And again, the thing about it, and you don't hear it, you don't see it enough, but I wish you could listen, just have him mic'd up 24/7. The most positive, encouraging, no flinching, no blinking mindset that you can have as an example, a captain, a leader of your team. He is Pro Bowl worthy. He's one of the better linebackers in the league. I'm not saying that. If I watch from afar, I'd be like, damn, I want 41 on my team.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad he's on ours.
Is it frustrating as a coach when you see the Pro Bowl voting? Because some players care. They all care about it. For some, it's financial, but it's also prestige to have that at the end of your career. And he's a guy, as you said, should have been a Pro Bowler earlier.
Yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes because of the record, right?
Yeah.
We are what we are. We're 2-12, and the guys that's winning, they get all the accolades. But I think if you really just look down and watch the body of work, and when I say body of work, I'm talking about all 14 games this year. He's been consistently showing up. What was it, 5-6 games straight with 10-plus tackles? The game we had in Baltimore, game-changing interception plays, sacks. Hell, forget the rougher the passer, the person fouled the quarterback the other day. That was game-changing there on 3rd and 4. We're going to get the ball back with 2:40 left, right? So just so many moments that he's played in critical moments on 3rd down, in the red zone, in situational football where we needed him to step up and make a play. He's done it.
Last one with the player who's playing Brock. The targets, I know, was disappointing not to get him the ball as much. 3 receptions in this game. There's a lot of milestones coming up, but the other team gets paid to stop him. So this is really important here going forward for the fans. What can you tell us about Brock, the targets, and getting him going these last couple of games?
We're going to hit those milestones. I'll make sure that the next 3 games. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to hit those milestones, and we want those with wins as well. That's a good part about Brock because he doesn't care about the individual awards. He just wants to win, man. You talk about an ultimate competitor. That's him, and he gets frustrated, and as we all are. You know, we target him 6 times, only 3. We need more. We're always going to be in double digits with him. It's not. We're not going to hide that. He's the best player on our team and one of the best players in the game. So you find a way to get the ball, move him around. That's going to be the objective this week. But, man, more than anything else, is just a competitor. This dude wants to win. He wants to do anything it takes. I keep telling him, like, don't worry about, being a fullback or blocker, doing certain things in the run game. Coach, whatever I need to do to help us win.
Last one, let's end with Max, because it's not the end of Max, but a lot of fans are really disappointed. He's doing the right thing. We haven't talked to you about that yet. Just tell us about how he's doing and the loss for your team and what it means going forward.
I don't know how many players in the league, even myself included when I played, they can play with a high ankle sprain since week 2. And that's all he's done. Missed 1 game. Couple practice here or there, show up 6-7 games in a row, 100%, all snaps. What Max means not just to our team but to our organization is the pure example of what a Raider looks like. First one in the building, last one to leave, encouraging, community, father, role model, leader, not afraid to speak up, making other people uncomfortable around him. And the best thing that I appreciate, one thing I really appreciate about Max is just his openness to make himself vulnerable. And I think as he's grown as a man, as a leader, and as a captain of this team, he's done that throughout the building. And that makes it, for a guy that's so tough and rugged, right, that goes through all the pains and aches that he does, he exemplifies everything that you want a football player and a Raider to look like.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.